What's up, guys? My name's Zar. It's been a minute. Let me get that out of the way. I've been distracted. New Digimon game came out. Me and my boss are both hooked on it. I've been working a little bit more too. Responsibilities and stuff like that. But a big thing is just this little guy. Don't mind that his screen's broken. Is also just a window into tons and tons and tons of distractions. And I think we all know that. So maybe a lot of you have heard this new Dumbphone revolution that's been going around. I rely on my smartphone for too many things. Still a lot of conveniences, so I can't quite go all the way to a Dumbphone. But what I can do is go to a terrible version of Android, something that works a little less, and just reduce my screen size so that scrolling is just less satisfying. How about you just get some self-control or delete apps that are distracting? And I've done that. I've deleted some apps, I've put screen time timers in place so that I can't use an app for too long anymore, and all of that has helped. But this is just another tool that some people are using to help rid themselves of distractions so that they can focus on things that matter more. To that end, I have ordered myself a BlackBerry KEYOne. Why the KEYOne and not the KEY2? It's a little bit more economical to get the older version, and by that I mean half the price. All that out of the way too, though, it's just got a physical keyboard, man. That's so cool. They don't do that anymore. So, I want to give it a try, see how this goes, see if it helps any, or if just using the built-in digital wellness features plus some self-control is really all that's needed. But I have to go in like an hour. I have some plans with some friends. So let's see how fast I can get this unboxed, set up, and ready to go. I already did cut it open before I decided I was going to do this. So, first impressions here. This thing's pretty neat. I made sure I got the silver version because just look how cool that looks, man. The silver trim, even on the keys. But yeah, there's a lot of pull tabs on this. So let's start the peeling. Back in the day though, man, we had the grippy backs. They were never meant to be put in a case, you know? So my current phone is a Pixel 7. Not 7 Pro, just 7. Because this really is a beautiful phone. I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels in the hand. And as cool as the visor is, because it is pretty neato, and I like the camera on this a lot. Why is there such a hump? Like, I can't set this down like this. And I don't mind glass backs, I think they are pretty cool. But like, this thing just slips and slides and then it scratches the camera because the camera's the thing directly on the table or surface you set it down, right? So that's the only reason why this has a case. The phones themselves are about the same size, but you can see the pretty clear screen difference in the size. So hopefully that'll help some. So it does run Android. It's Android 8. I don't have the technical spec sheet in front of me right now, so. Oh wait, yeah I do. And that's all in Chinese. English, United States. There we go. Start. Connect mobile network. Oh, right. Okay. So I guess I could finish unboxing this before I actually boot the phone up, I suppose. So of course, you got your charger, because phones should come with chargers when you buy them. A pair of headphones, terrible headphones that I'm never gonna use, but man, wasn't it nice when phones used to come with headphones? Which, yes, this does have a headphone jack. So now, hopefully, it's an unlocked phone, it's supposed to be at least. Hopefully I can just switch my SIM over nice and easy. So you got a SIM and an SD card slot. I don't have an SD card for my phone because I haven't had a phone that could use an SD card in quite some time. Okay, step 1 is be smarter than the SIM tray. I have failed step 1. Okay, copy apps and datas. I'm gonna set it up fresh. That way I'll only download apps I need, you know, instead of having a bunch of other stuff. We're gonna set up my Wi-Fi. You guys don't get to know the password to that. So, obvious thing is this nice QWERTY keyboard. So now I get to use it for the first time. I haven't used it yet. Okay. So here's the thing. I need to learn how to do numbers. I kept trying to hit shift because, you know, on a regular keyboard, right? But alt, the alt key, that's what that's for. So I'm just learning things as I go. So this will take some getting used to, obviously. The keyboard's just cool. That's not the main reason. But I definitely wanted a phone with a physical keys because it's just kind of nice. Because then also if I don't have apps that are fun on here, I have at least a fidget, you know, just click, 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 click. But anyways, as I type terribly slow because I need to relearn how to do this, let me tell you why I even started looking at these phones and how it's all my brother's fault. So in case you guys haven't heard of, there's this company called Unihertz that's making phones, kind of catering towards dumb phones, not really, but for people who want QWERTY keyboards. And so my brother just got the Unihertz Titan 2, and it's pretty cool. The keyboard's nice. I like the square screen, also definitely helps reduce distractions. That phone's built like a brick, and I can't use that. Like that thing, it's like two of these side by side. It's just huge. I'm not there for that. So that's why I didn't get that. I looked into the Unihertz Pocket because that seemed a little bit better. But in case you guys don't know, I work part-time. In other words, I'm broke. $450, $500 for a phone. And if I don't know I'm gonna stick to this per se, I definitely don't want to spend that kind of money. So my brother was the one that got me started on this path because he had been trying to use a flip phone to reduce his screen time for a while. And it kind of helped, but he just kept his old smartphone and he'd end up using that at the end of the day, scrolling. So it kind of helped, but didn't, because now it was like just two different devices. But now that he has his new, the new phone, the Titan 2, he only uses that. And while he will still occasionally scroll and he'll still show me the dumbest memes ever, it definitely has reduced his screen time like a lot. And it's a phone built for productivity, and he uses it productively for the most part. So I saw how it helped him. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should give it a try. So here we are. But this does have a lot of nice modern features. I guess BlackBerry was still in the game a lot longer than I thought. So it does still, I'm getting way too close. It does have a fingerprint sensor, which is pretty neato. So now I'm just scanning my fingy in. Oh my god. Shh, shh. No. I'm getting all my notifications now on this phone. So BlackBerry has their own launcher. It is running Android, but they have their own launcher that's supposed to be built for productivity. Coming from a Pixel, I am used to the very stock Android experience, and before this I had Motorola, which was also very clean Android. So this will be the first time I'm using like a heavily modified version of Android. This will be interesting to see. Anyways, back to the unboxing part of this. Now that I just need to get this set up a little bit more, but I can do that off camera. It's got a headphone jack. It's got a Type-C charging. Probably not fast charging, I wouldn't think. Hopefully I'm using my phone less so I don't need to charge it halfway through the day anyway. But I really do like the way it feels. I like the grip. The keyboard is really satisfying to click. I will definitely just need to be practicing on a little bit. They're a little glossy, which unfortunately is showing a lot of fingerprints, and I'm realizing how oily my hands are right now. But other than that, ignore everything else I said about wanting to be more productive and be less distracted. This is just cool, okay? Keyboards are cool on phones. We need to bring them back. This came out in 2017 though, so it's not, in electronics terms, absolutely, this thing's a dinosaur, but like realistically speaking, it's not that old. And I just realized I've been squeaking this table this entire time. I'm terribly sorry that you have to hear that. There is one thing I do need to check, because if this doesn't have RCS capabilities, now that iPhones finally support RCS 2, and I'm able to send pictures without them getting terrible, or all my group chats now are not MMS, they're RCS, that is kind of a need, so I might have to update to a newer phone, unfortunately. But I think this should work. Yay! It supports RCS. We're done. We're good. Okay. So I'm gonna get a few more things set up. I will check in maybe about a week or so about how things are going with this phone. Breaking my phone addiction, maybe that'll be the clickbait title, I don't know, something like that. I'm getting a new phone, trying something out to see if it will help anything, help me be more productive, because that's really just all I want, is to be a productive member of society again. And I feel like I have been kind of missing out on that. So, let me just send something really stupid to my mom. Unboxing done. LOL. So I do need to finish getting ready, go hang out with friends. I'll check in with you guys in a while. I'll just be testing it out. Maybe I'll see some of my friends' reaction. They're open with it. I need to get a smaller camera though. This thing's too big for me to take anywhere. Anyways, I will see you guys later. I gotta go.